This is it, ladies and gentlemen. Buckle up for 3 hours of the greatest racing that you're ever going to see. Green flag is in the air. The 2022 3-hour World Championships of Figure 8 Racing is on.
So far, so clean.
Clean lap number 1. Your leader is the 3 machine of Mark Cuddy. 1 car around over in turn number 2 is the 12 machine of Brandon White. He gets it righted, but now he has to wait for the field to go by. You do not want to get behind in this event. It's easy to fall back and lose laps. You also don't want to panic if you lose those laps, because this is a long race and issues will happen in the front of the pack and in the back of the pack. You just have to stay in it and not give up.
Side by side by side, all throughout this field, and the leaders are catching the tail of the field now. Shackleford in the corner, but Mark Cuddy earned his 10th and record-setting World Figure 8 Championship pole.
Oh man, 3 wide.
And Mark's going to see this 3 wide next time by.
The drivers who aren't enjoying the fact that this is stayed green are the ones waiting in the alternate line.
Lap by lap they lose. Peter crossing by that pack.
Oh, the intersection's getting busy. Vertrees has to avoid contact with Crane. He did it.
Yeah, Buddy's going to lose a lot of spots, but he doesn't have any major damage, so got to pick up where you left off.
Yes.
Oh, trouble.
Oh, connection. Artie Ware, Donnie Murphy.
And this could be a bigger problem.
More contact.
Yeah, looks like they got hooked. Bumper to bumper there.
Okay, now the intersection's a mess.
Oh my goodness. And the 80 machine of Donnie Murphy parked at a bad spot right here. He's off to the side.
He's rolling again. He's going to try to make his way to the pit area. And that's going to be the first car to pull it off with red flags. Taking a look at the replay. Let's see what happens here. Here comes Van Meter. He's going to make it through that time. Kind of a stack up. Van Meter again through, and he gets hit there by Tommy St. John as we go back to racing. So it was a multiple groups of cars that got together. So it was more of, while it was related to intersection traffic, it wasn't an actual intersection hit, so that was some front-end damage by multiple cars. Eddie Van Meter was caught up in that wreck. It looks like he made it out the best. Oh, we got 2 cars climbing on top of each other. Hughes in the 22, the 55 there, Williams, and we got more trouble. Trouble with Donnie Murphy and the 49 machine of Van Wettering, who somehow spun into the track exit. Some bizarre incidents there. One looked like it was just a spin, but they know it's still early. A lot can happen. And green flag in the air. But a very strange start, really kind of separated out the field. Durham gets back on track. Van Wettering off the racetrack. And now drivers are getting into panic mode. Lots of contact. Swinford on the racetrack in the 2. Closing in on the 20-minute mark. Remember, this field has to get to the 2-hour mark. Oh, flat tire for the 57 machine. It stacks up the pack. Right rear flat tire. And that's more contact. That was Basham and White that just got together. And a flat tire for Basham. Left rear flat tire for the 34 machine. And then there's this. I don't know how you describe it. It looks like a mess, a beautiful mess. Tommy St. John pulls his car to the infield. That car might still be struggling. And a big stack up in front of your leader, Mark Tunney. Oh, we got a big issue over in the corner. That might be Hadley. It's completely stacked up everything in the corner. Caution flag is out. Big damage to the 48 machine of Doodle Ferris. Green flag. The question is, does Sizemore have something on this restart for Mark Tunney? He's been all over him in the first 30 minutes of this race. Sizemore looking for the advantage.
Side by side for your lead. Not anymore. Chad Sizemore now.
How about this? Chad Sizemore taking it away from the pole sitter, Mark Tunney. Did I hear 10 poles for Mark Tunney?
Record setting. We got debris, but might not be an issue. We'll keep your eyes on that.
Did Hadley finally give it up?
Yep.
Couple car. Oh, trouble for Buddy Vertrees. The right front of his car is broken. He just nailed the tractor tire. He's going to try to get it back to the pit area. Right front. I don't think that car's going to make it in. This will likely bring out a yellow. And it is out. Caution flag once again.
As the green flag flies here at the Speedrome.
All right, so timing and scoring is rolling with us once again. Eddie Van Meter, I was talking about coming back. Eddie Van Meter in the third spot, battling for the lead after his early issue. Eddie, when I talked to him in the pit area, there was confidence oozing out of that driver. And now we see why.
Yeah, Eddie's won this before, trouble. Turn number
And
3.
there's the stack up you always worry about in the corner. See the 12 of White, the 2 of Swinford. Caution is out. On green.
Yeah, that 2016 race, they ran almost the whole last hour green, and that's where they made up a lot of laps.
Back to green. As we have a battle up front for the lead. Mark Tunney edging by the 91 of Sizemore, but we get to this left-hander, and Sizemore has a lane. It'll be Sizemore at the line, and Sizemore back to the lead, the 91.
You know, I always love Scott's, he's got every fact you can want.
Literally off the top of his head.
Sizemore with the advantage. Sizemore back to the front. Oh, and we got 2 cars hooked up through the intersection. And Sizemore, your leader, the 91 machine with a problem.
Sizemore went to avoid and had to come to a stop.
Two cars parked up against the wall. Caution flag is out.
I was probably talking during the broadcast, wasn't I?
Nope.
Wow. All right, pace truck off.
Let's do it. Oh, but we got some cars stopped over in the corner. The 6 machine is stopped, and
does this cause a problem?
Doug Gregg said, nobody go.
We got problems over by the truck.
Did we just get the pace truck involved in this?
Almost, just about, but that's a 2 of Swinford and the 87 of Matt Smith.
Matt Smith, you see the tires are turning. He's trying.
And it looks like they got caught up anticipating the green.
And that was another lead lap car, by the way.
Yeah. Smith is stuck. You can see the wheels spinning like you talked about. Bunch up at the restart. Now they're on the opposite side. We had Vanderhoof and others stopped because there was a stall in turns number 1 and 2 of the figure 8, which eventually on the right side of the track, turns 3 and 4, created the stack up, which these two powered all the way somehow to the back straightaway. They're hard at work now. The lights are off around the racetrack.
And this is another probably Sizemore situation. He's lost more laps, but he's probably hoping right now that he's able to regain it.
Back to green.
And this time we actually were able to get to green. So that's good.
Kind of important, right?
Not everyone's having the best of times right now. The 33 machine of Doug Gregg, he parked it already. Been struggles. When we were putting an onboard camera on his car, the thing he said to me, he goes, "Don't worry, we'll be much better in California."
Oh, okay.
Yep.
He's already planning his next race.
Sounds like it. Orange Show Speedway. Oh. Now don't forget who's lurking in third place.
Yep.
Jeffrey Shackleford in that number 28 machine. That team had a lot of confidence coming into this one. When we walked by them, they were patting the car and they said, "Why don't you throw an onboard on the winning car this year?"
Oh boy. That team, Jeffrey's been growing as a driver for figure racing. He's been nonstop racing. Busier than ever this year for that challenge. But that team has just continued their success, building up to this great run at the 3-hour here this year.
Oh, trouble coming in the intersection. Harmon turned and the wheel rips off of the car. At least the tire. I don't know if the whole wheel came off.
Is that the wheel and the tire, or is that just the
There
tire?
it is. You see it
Oh, yeah.
on Joe's cam.
The wheel is attached to the car.
I was going to mention Artie Ware hanging on to a lead lap spot right now, as well as Ben Tunney in the 5.
Murphy around again in the corner, turn number 1. So Murphy just...
Doesn't seem like something's up with that 80 car.
Right.
Over Tunney, over Shackleford. Oh, trouble. It is the 49 machine of Ferris. More trouble headed towards Ferris. There comes a point in every one of these where the intersection just becomes like soup. I don't even know how to describe it. It just cars everywhere, turning every which way. Caution flag comes out.
Basham with a problem. Back to green we go, an hour, 56 and change. And the battle between the lead pack continues.
And welcome to the race, Dennis Stallone in the number 6. Now that's going to leave us with what we believe to be one more alternate. There were 2 other cars that were here this weekend. 21D machine, Dylan Duthitt. That car having mechanical issues, and unfortunately it was too much to overcome. The other one being the 31 machine of Bobby Whitaker. That car is here, but it's on the trailer. They weren't able to get it fixed in time for this event. Sometimes that ends up turning someone in front of the leader. Trouble over in the corner. Shelton got sent up in the air, and that was near your leader.
And he's stuck in a precarious spot as well. Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Put it out.
He's going to be able to back up. He has a flat left rear. Oh. And now the pack mainly on one side of the track.
Trouble in the intersection. The 80 machine of Murphy getting hooked up with Williams. And caution flag flies. That is the yellow that Artie Ware was hoping for. We know that at some point they're going to have to pit. Now, do we know the window for these cars about how long they can go?
Well, it used to be back when I was a crew member, around 300 laps would be kind of the outside of the window. But these guys these days are just going qualifying laps, it seems, all day. So
yeah.
I'd probably back up on that number a little bit. But, you know, as you look, we're starting to get in that window as you meet. And another bad thing is if you think this is a caution, but then you say, no, I'll wait for the next one. The next one may be 60 or 70 laps away, and if you have to come in under green to do that, it will take at least 4 laps for you to do all that work.
Right, so gotta pick it, gotta choose it. It's a large part of the strategy for this event. You do not want to choose the wrong one. Eddie Van Meter. Tommy, you just pointed.
Eddie pulled off. We're back to green.
So it looks like Eddie with a pit stop there. And we're all kind of up here going, what was that for? So,
strategy.
Chad Sizemore in the 91 machine back on the racetrack.
Could that be strategy, or did he feel something going bad? Hard to feel something going bad when you're leading.
Well, Eddie now sits no, wait. Timing and scoring updates almost too quickly. He's one lap down.
And we certainly don't want to come here to find out.
No. Oh, Mark Tunney almost gets hit by Jeffrey Shackleford in the intersection. First and fourth because Ben Tunney, first and third because Ben Tunney has moved himself into second. Putting more and more of the competition further behind him. Oh, we got two cars that hooked up over in the corner, turn number 2, and that's going to cause more cars to stack up. Williams in the 55, the 99 machine of Puckett, and they are stuck over in turn, if you will, turn number 4. Puckett gets away. Williams also will drive away. The driver put down the fastest laps right now by almost a second. The 5 machine of Ben Tunney.
So do you think Ben could be holding out? Saving a bit?
Well, right now he's putting the faster laps down, and I think, oh, trouble in front of your leader. Murphy gets spun. And that jacked everything up.
So he continues on.
RC. Oh, God, yeah, we got a big problem in the intersection. Mike Hadley in the 4 machine, the 71 machine of Frost, Corbin in the 29, and one of our lead lap vehicles, Artie Ware, may have gotten a big hit in this.
And it looks like everybody's going to drive away for the most part. Frost trying to get to the pits.
Artie Ware headed to the pit area, looks like the third. No, Artie Ware's going to continue.
Who pits? Mark Tunney comes in.
Here comes the 3-team machine. Mark Tunney in. A couple of the wrecked cars. Hadley, Corbin.
It is pit stop season. At least for your leader.
For your leader. And now we know. Green flag back in the air. And as these drivers take their laps, we'll see how everything sorts through. Eddie Van Meter is your leader, and how about this? Involved in that tussle, the 38 machine of Artie Ware is also on the lead lap.
Never say never.
Only 2 cars are on the lead lap. Mark Tunney and Ben Tunney are both 1 lap down.
Now Mark Tunney buried in traffic.
This has changed the entire look of this race. And I got to give a shout out to Artie Ware's team for their quick assessment of the damage on that car. To be able to get, I mean, look at the front end flapping, the front end, the bumpers smashed in, and that car is your second place car right now. Mike Riddle in the 12, 4 laps down alongside Jeffrey Shackleford. He lost a couple laps there in that. We have one car that looks like spun out and smoking. That's Garrigus.
That's 21.
And they are hoping that they don't have any of those connections. 4 wide. It's Basham in the 34 who was off the pace. Over the tractor tire goes Bobby Whitaker. The Bulldog has shown up.
I'm fine. It's okay. It's all right.
In 2017, we saw Bobby Whitaker park on top of another car.
Oh, trouble. Right in front of Ben Tunney.
That's Riddle in the 21 who went for a spin. He's in a bad spot. Really going to shake things up here. He's in a bad spot. The 31 of Whitaker's in a bad spot, just to the right a little bit. You see both of them here. Eddie Van Meter was hitting the intersection a few laps ago. I mean, it's the 3 hour.
Not a lot, but enough.
The 12 of Brandon White, he's in a kind of precarious position, sitting in the intersection right now. Van Meter almost again connects with the 49 of Van Wettering. I don't know why those two cars like each other in the intersection so much. And I don't know how long it's been like that.
Yellow, yellow.
Caution. They do not like where the 12 machine is. I think that's a good call. Many a times have we seen where cars sitting there in the intersection, it's kind of not really a blind spot, but it's very easy for someone like the 12 to get rear-ended in that spot.
Great. Yeah.
I'm going to ramp up the wick here. We have 9 minutes until this race is official. And per the picture I was just sitting of the radar, we might be very close.
Oh, we got problems here in the crossover. That was for Scott and Tori. They got him tied up.
Basham, Murphy. Now here's what's interesting is these two, if they bring out the yellow, this could be that lengthy caution that some drivers would have hoped for earlier. We also have Pete Bear stopped over in turns. Now I got it. That's 3 and 4. Side-by-side action. Shackleford trying so hard to get his lap back because he knows that caution may be coming out.
Yellow. We're going back green.
2.5 minutes to the 2-hour mark. Kind of a stacked up restart, and it's going to put a lot of cars in jeopardy up that intersection. Jeffrey Shackleford beats Van Meter to the lead. Now, he's not leading the race, but that is to get one of his laps back. Don't look now, Eddie Van Meter, but Mark and Ben Tunney are only a couple of cars behind you looking for their lap back.
They're in the same corner, and they're going to the outside of Van der Wettering, trying to split the 49.
One car around, it's already where he went for a spin, and that's big because, again, Artie Ware is one of our lead lap vehicles. In fact, the only other one besides the leader. Mark Tunney has somewhere to be, and there's a flat tire on the 49, left front.
I'm getting pushy through traffic.
Oh yeah. A little bit of contact between Garrigus and Vanderhoof.
Ben Tunney, Mark Tunney on the move, especially Ben in the 5.
That's what I'm seeing.
Oh, we can run this race for 8 hours from now.
I was going to say, I feel okay. Green flag back in the air. Eddie Van Meter playing his card.
Van Meter coming through that traffic. Trying to chase down everything he can.
If we thought Mark and Ben Tunney weren't nice coming through the field, Eddie Van Meter is going to make them look like angels.
Oh! Gets into Smith and Van Meter. Does he have a problem?
Is something broken on the 23 machine? He's wiggling it back and forth. Eddie Van Meter with a problem headed into the pits. Strategy puts him back in the pack. Strategy has knocked him out of contention for this win.
Just like that, anything can happen in the final hour of the 3 hour.
Puckett to the pits, Garrigus to the pits. Side by side for the lead, Mark and Ben Tunney. This race ain't done, and these two are going at it for the top spot.
300 laps completed by your leader.
If this were Orange Show, back when we do 300 laps for Orange Show, that would have been a photo finish.
Yes. Mark Tunney back to the lead. Gets by Ben Tunney in the 5.
So Eddie Van Meter in the 23 machine in the pits. How bad is the car? How far will he fall? And a flat tire, right front flat tire for Ben Tunney. Ben Tunney is pulling his car into the pit area.
That's a tough break.
I said 50 minutes
Wow.
is a long time for something to happen. It took less than one since I've said that.
Now I was thinking maybe it was strategy, but Ben might have felt the slow leak that finally ran out.
These leaders have been having a lot of contact. 3 wide, Hargraves in the middle of it for Trees. Artie Ware. Again, Artie Ware still trying to claw his way closer and closer.
Ben
But Mark
Tunney in the
Tunney
pit.
taking a look at the tire change right now. They're trying to get that tire off, rip it off, throw on a new right front, get that car out there as fast as you can before they lose any more time. This is going to be a tough one to overcome, though, for Ben Tunney, and it's going to require some bad luck for his competitors. Mark Tunney. Hadley right now, he sits 2 laps off of the leader, and he's trying to catch the 74 of Hargraves for that third position. Trouble in the intersection.
Oh, in trouble with
And I think this will bring out a caution. It does.
Hargraves, and Ware did make contact right before the caution came out.
And I'll call it unconfirmed right now whether or not he has done a pit stop. The thing is, he's been climbing through the field regardless that car's fast. And Shackleford has not let Mark Tunney rest.
No.
Like this.
I don't think Shackleford has let any of the leaders rest lately.
Well, good, because we didn't come to watch any racers
No.
rest here tonight.
Not at all. And on the rear bumper of Hadley, third place runner is the 5 of Ben Tunney. Right now wishing that he was in contention. Trouble.
This could be something here. The 21, that is again not the great, nope, he gets rolling. It's not the greatest spot when you're in that intersection area. Almost an intersection for Shackleford, and that's going to put him back behind Tunney.
Now, what we were talking about with Ben Tunney is he is on the rear bumper of Hadley, now making a look to the inside, and will possibly take it. Every spot on track Ben can get is another chance.
Here we go again. Mark Tunney trying to get around Artie Ware. Artie Ware's fighting for his chance at a win right now. Oh, almost stack up, and that could have caught and collected Mark Tunney. And look at this. This is a swarm of lap traffic around your leader, and they're saying, let us go, Mark. And this is probably going to help Artie Ware. Ben Tunney to the inside. Okay, it didn't really help, but Ben Tunney's going anyways.
He's out of there.
And now Ben's going to have contact. We have one car that's starting to smoke ahead of your leaders. Watch out if you're Artie Ware. Some stack ups, a huge pack that these leaders have ended up in. And still Mike Hadley's like, come on, dude. Just let me by. And we got a broken left front on Shelton's machine. The 58 just had heavy contact. And will that car, it looks like it will be able to get off of the track.
Oh, no. Maybe not.
If he blocks the track exit, they will need to throw a yellow. Now, nobody's in position necessarily to gain a lot from this.
But it's still drama.
Flagman has the yellow in hand. They're looking over to see if they can do anything about the 58. You see the broken left front. Caution is out.
The yellow lights are on with a little more than 20 minutes remaining.
So now if you're Mark Tunney, do you pit? Even if you don't have tires? Just maybe get a drink?
Maybe you just find tires from the parking lot.
I don't think he's going to pit. As we get ready to go back to green, something to consider. Mark Tunney, 1 lap advantage over Artie Ware. 2 lap advantage over Mike Hadley. Scott pointed out the fluids that have been on the racetrack being put down. And what do they always say in California where it doesn't rain a lot is it's when you get a little bit of moisture on an area that brings up those fluids. That's almost the worst part.
Yep.
So what we're saying is if we've got through what we've got through, we're good. Keep them green.
Right.
Artie Ware not within reach of trying to get his lap back. Right now, it's all about Mark Tunney managing his race. It appears that the only thing that can take Mark Tunney out is going to be some bad luck.
Shackleford.
Speaking of bad luck, it's Shackleford in the 28 machine. Something happening to that car.
Gonna be some rear end damage or who knows what. Real fun to hear. Oh, and we got them 3 wide stacking up in front of Ben, Tunney, and Mike Hadley. They somehow made it without any problems.
Now, what's fun about these two right now is that that's not a battle for position, but who cares? Track position. That's what counts. 9 minutes to go. They are 1 lap separated from each other. Mike Hadley sits. Tommy, just wanted to update here, but Mike Hadley sits in the 2nd spot. Ben Tunney sits in 3rd.
Yeah.
Now, my question to you, this will now be the 2nd time I'm asking this question. Did you see where Artie Ware lost 4 more laps?
I did not.
One of these cars doesn't sound good.
Yeah, someone's having a problem right now. And I can't tell, is it the 4? Is Mike Hadley having a problem right now?
Mike Hadley is having an issue. Remember, he was just running with Ben Tunney. And the 4 machine, our 2nd place car, he's just trying to get that thing to make it 8 more minutes.
Sounds like it's bouncing off the rev limiter, like a clutch or something's going bad.
So suddenly this is going to be a race for position as Ben Tunney is going to try to catch the 4 machine for 2nd.
And he's trying to get to the finish right now.
At this point, you run it like that.
Clutch, rear end, who knows? But that's all it's got. And he somehow is going to have to find a way to get 7 minutes out of it.
I'm just wondering if Artie Ware's had any transponder issues tonight. That's my wonder. Because now a lot's happening at once here. As the choo-choo train goes by, the 4 of Hadley. But I just did not see where Artie Ware lost that many spots.
The 4 and the 5 close together.
Battle for 2nd. It's going to go to Ben Tunney.
Artie Ware spinning out in turn 3 and 4 of the figure 8.
I think maybe Artie keeps doing that sneakily like a ninja, and I keep missing it.
Yeah.
Regardless, I now show Artie Ware in the 5th spot. If Hadley is to continue to have issues.
So the way it looks, it's going to be a Tunney top 2. Yeah, it sounds like engine problems for the 4 of Hadley.
I just want to point out, with 6.5 minutes left to go, the weather's still working with us, but I think Hadley's about to run out of steam. That car is going to stop right there. Now, is that a place where you think they're going to have to throw the yellow?
That looks like a yellow to me.
The 74 machine, Charlie Hargraves, 4th place is off the track.
Yellow.
Another driver having a fantastic night. Gonna have this one come up short. Mark Tunney just needs a clean last couple of laps to finish this one off, but Ben Tunney wants another lap back. Do you think Ben's going to push the issue here? 2 cars just actually connected over outside of the intersection. And it was a very light connection, but it's Garrigus. I believe that might be Riddle. And they're not really in a spot that we expect to see a caution. But with 1.5 minutes left to go, the marksman, Mark Tunney, a driver who has won this race 2 previous times, won the pole for the 10th time this weekend. Not only a student of this sport, but one that has certainly continued to carry the torch of the incredible things that we have seen each and every year amongst these outlaw figure eight cars in this region. And hell, all around the world.
Yep.
Mark Tunney sees the intersection traffic, and with 1 minute to go, crosses the line with Cousin Ben in second spot, but a few laps down just behind him, and an intersection hit! Ben Tunney already where? It completely smashes
Yellow.
the right rear of the 30A machine of Artie Ware.
And it looks like the checkered flag is about to wave as well. Are we going red?
The red flag is out. By Matt Smith into the third position.
Wow.
How does he do it? Green flag. "20 seconds left. Mark Tunney comes around with just 12 seconds to go, crosses the line. Smoke flying from cars, body panels off others, but Mark Tunney don't care. As he works his way out of turn number 4, he sees the fireworks, he sees the checkered flag. Mark Tunney has done it again! In front of the whole field.
And
Oh no!
he don't care. He has won another World Figure 8 Championship.
There are 4 guys that wish he did his burnout a little bit later. The fans, they were ready for this burnout. 3 hours have been complete. You know what? Why not? This is the kind of action. The 49 machine's doing donuts on the front straightaway. He's just happy he made it to the finish.
Mark's going the full lap. Nope, maybe not.
That's the Joker lap. Well, he has certainly made sure that we won't be seeing any mosquitoes here tonight. Mark Tunney. What can you say about this driver? What he does for the sport, what he does for the fans, and what he's done for his rear tires. He's out of the car.
You look at the list of the 3-hour winners. You look at those guys, they'd wax anybody's ass in NASCAR. I don't care. And Speedrome, the best figure 8 racers in the country and the world. Don't matter what anybody says, I'll argue it till I die. To have my name as a 3-time champ next to my father, next to the other greats, there's nothing else I could say. I mean, I'm so honored. I'm so honored to have the equipment I've got, to have the family I've got, sponsors and fans, and I guess I don't get to do a victory lap. I blew the tires off of it, but so sorry about that, but I hope you all enjoyed the smoke show because it was a lot of fun for me.